Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to a new song from Every Time I Die. They've just released 2 new singles together, and I will be reacting to the one that is called A Colossal Wreck because of recommendations. I asked which one I should react to if I had to pick between the two. This was the one that had won that, so that is what I am doing. Every Time I Die, I've seen them live 3 times. They put on a very amazing live performance. They have some excellent songs. Map Change is a great one, but I just haven't fully got into them as much as everyone else has. I don't think I was as pumped about this release as everyone else, but I do like Every Time I Die a lot, and I don't have any issues with them. It's just one of those bands that I've never really gotten into as much as I feel I should have, even though I don't have any issues with them and I don't dislike their music. So I am excited to check it out, but I don't think anywhere near the hype that's been happening all over social media since these dropped. So I am going to stop talking, and we are going to get straight into it. I like those drums. This is a fun one. Ooh, that's bad in a good way.
That's perfect shine is in my eyes. Now I'm just killing time until time decides I've had enough.
Every Time I Die, A Colossal Wreck. Let's discuss. So we've got a really neat track from Every Time I Die. I think listening to this band is different now that I have gotten very into Greyhaven. It was the same when I listened to Dillinger again. I can hear much more of the influence that Greyhaven takes from these bands, listening to them now that I'm super into them. Obviously, Greyhaven isn't taking influence from this brand new song that they didn't hear before they put out their music, but it still has the Every Time I Die sound that you definitely hear as an influence when it comes to Greyhaven's music. If you go and listen to the album Empty Black, that is specifically the album I'm talking about, where you hear a lot of Dillinger, a lot of Every Time I Die, but I think Greyhaven is like the perfect tie between those bands and other stuff I like that just comes out in like the best formula for my taste. But still, I really enjoyed this more because of that. I think because I'm able to highlight those things and take them away from the music, I'm like, oh, okay. But I really did enjoy this song. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it. That was just the first thing that I noticed. As soon as the intro kicks in, as soon as the vocals kick in, that's something that I was able to hear right away. So it was one of the first things, obviously, that I noticed. So, and I love Greyhaven, so that works for me. The chaos instrumentally is something that I love, but it does make it so, I think at least, I think it makes it so that it has less of a repeat value for me when it's so chaotic instrumentally. Doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it as much or anything like that, but for me, I think the stuff that I listen to on repeat the most isn't stuff that's so instrumentally chaotic as much as I do enjoy that, if that makes any sense at all. It's not to say that chaos is a bad thing for me. I just like to take it in doses, I guess, when I'm listening to music like that. So I guess Greyhaven has aspects of that in it, but I could listen to Greyhaven on repeat. I think that's the difference for me, is like a little bit less chaos in instrumentally for Greyhaven's music and stuff like that gives it more of the repeat value for me. But again, it doesn't really matter. So the guitar in this song was definitely grooving along from the very beginning. Something I noticed that I loved. There were also some really neat vocal parts on this that I absolutely loved as well. There was repetition with certain lines, like the one that was like son of a bitch over and over again. There were a few of those where the repetition is really artistic, and also I feel like Keith is one of those vocalists that is able to nail down the emotion that I'm looking for in their vocals. And on lines like that with the son of a bitch, the repetitive lines, you hear that a lot more, and that's something that I also really enjoyed. There were just certain notes that were drawn out, or those repetitive lyrics that I was talking about, where there's an additional layer of depth to the emotion that you can hear in his voice, and I really love that. So another band also that really nails down the emphasis instrumentally on certain lyrics. It's harder I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, there are just certain words on the lyrics where there's vocal emphasis, and also there's emphasis from the drums and the strings, and it sounds really cool. I like that a lot. I thought about reacting to both of these singles. I feel like the outro of this song probably led into the next single, but I'm really just trying to get caught up with everything. I'm having a hard time doing that, so maybe this will be like a to be continued type of thing, so I can knock out some of the other things that y'all are asking me for and that I'm wanting to get done, and then we can revisit this maybe. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. And other than Map Change, I think this may be one of the songs from this band that have stuck with me the most. I think this, other than Map Change, this is definitely one of the Every Time I Die songs that off a first listen sticks with me the most and feels like it could have more repeat value maybe than others. And I'm still not sure whether that's because, my music taste has been expanding a lot over the last few years, or what the case may be. So I'm gonna have to do a revisit, obviously, to Every Time I Die's discography, but so much on my plate right now, I'm not sure when that will be. Definitely something I want to get back around to though. So I love this on first listen. I definitely need to check out the other single. This sounds awesome to me for somebody who isn't like super stoked on Every Time I Die as much as everybody else usually is when they release music and stuff like that. So let me know what you thought in the comments, and if you have a different song that you would like to see added to either of the lists that I work on when I'm doing work off when I'm doing request-based videos. I'll put both links in the description, as well as the invite link for the Discord server. We've got a ton of just awesome people in there. We have some really good conversations. So if you're interested in joining, checking out the different channels that we have in the Discord server to chat in, the link will be in the description. And lastly, if you are enjoying the style of music, bands, and content that I post on my YouTube channel, I post more music related content on Instagram. My handle there is Rachel Reacts, same as my YouTube channel, but I will put it up here on the screen for you, as well as link it in the description if you have any interest in following me. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.